All right, everybody. One of my favorite days of the year, the final round of the season, and the unveiling of the next year's schedule. And next year, for us, 2023, happens to be season 10 of the majors. 10 years. Can you believe it? From day one, a core principle of the major series has been to recreate the greatest events in motorsports and to challenge drivers in as many disciplines as possible, and this will never change. That said, when the green flag drops on 2023, things are going to look a little bit different. Maybe a lot different. Let's start with a new slogan: every race, a season. Every race a season. What does that even mean? Historically, when we build a schedule or formulate rules or design race formats, we have always looked at things through the championship lens first. And of course, the season long championship is very important. And this thought process has served us well for a very long time. But in truth, it's also been a bit limiting. So, what if we switch that hierarchy just a bit and let the events take center stage while keeping the championships a critical part of the series? In 2023, we find out every race, a season. Should we race road, oval, dirt? Yes, of course, the answer is yes. While everyone has their favorites, the majors is not the majors without running everything we can, and so we will. Historically, that means that we have divided our events by discipline: road, oval, or dirt. But really, within those disciplines, there are many subcategories which are often as different as the main disciplines themselves. Event classes is something that we came up with as our way of better representing those subcategories. Event classes will become the very foundation of our schedule and will be unique, memorable, cherished, and run once every year. Now, many of the classes will be familiar, but some are brand new, and in total, there will be 11 event classes for just 11 races. Insert gasp. Fewer events allow for more schedule flexibility and the ability to create something truly special in each round. It's a goal anyway. Every race, a season. Now, in order to actually bring this concept, every race a season, to life, we had to look seriously at how our regions and divisions are structured. In truth, we have tons of drivers. We range anywhere from 125 to 400 every round, and that doesn't even include the Majors 24. And with these kind of numbers, we can create events that are packed all week with competition, stress, fun, and excitement. Again, every race, season. But we can't do that with everyone separated into 3 regions and 6 divisions. The math just doesn't work. So, going forward, we will have 2 regions, and they will be Pacific and Atlantic. Pacific is a brand new time slot with a focus on serving US West Coast and Australia, New Zealand drivers. Pacific Green Flag is going to be at 6 p.m. Pacific time on Saturdays, which will be around midday for our Australia, New Zealand drivers on Sunday. The Atlantic region will fall in the current European time slot, with that focus serving Europeans and our U.S. East Coast drivers. Atlantic Green Flag will be at noon Eastern time on Sundays. Now, of course, as always, you can race where you want to race, whichever region best suits your life. You're welcome to race in them, but we do have a specific focus when it comes to each region's schedule. Now, for 2023, we will be adding an extra division along with keeping all the current ones, and they will be Pro, Sportsman Silver, Sportsman Bronze, and Legends. Now, the big change, and for the same reason as the regions, is that splits will no longer be strictly segregated by division. Drivers will race in the split that they qualify for. Now, many will worry that this will ruin the championship fight in either pro or sportsman, but especially sportsman. And Truth is, that's just not the case. We have had runaway winners in sportsmen over 50% of the time in the last 3 years. We've had dominating drivers with tons of wins in sportsmen in that period of time. And in a division that should be equally balanced amongst the competitors, it just hasn't been. And so, this format of allowing people to race where they qualify will allow people to gravitate up or down based on their skill set on a particular race by race. And we hope will provide much better competition the year through and on a race by race basis. So, with those bombshells out of the way, let's talk about the schedule. In the schedule, we're going to talk about the new event classes and what those mean, and then the actual race that was chosen within that class for this year. Again, 11 classes, 11 races for 2023. Let's go. Round one, Predator. There is perhaps no better way to explain our philosophy for the coming year than to simply say, the big guy is back. Welcome to the jungle. Predator format is a Majors original, and it will stalk the asphalt one time every year. The racing is intense and unpredictable, the winner unknown until the very waning moments. Who will pick the right class? Now, we intend for the Predator round to lead us out of the gate each year and open the season with a bang. And I, for one, am glad it's back. As far as 2023, the race schedule for the Predator is the IMSA classes at Sebring. And that will include the new LMDH, the LMP2, and the GT3 cars. Race week, January 7th through January 15th. Track Sebring. We're going to be mimicking the 2 hours of Sebring. We will have time acceleration for the very first time in a majors race of 6x, which means we will be mimicking the full 12 hours of Sebring from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. virtual standard time. There will be handicaps to equalize the three classes, so we're all racing in one class, and the grid size, 54 cars. As far as qualifying and race week activities, pre-qualifying is our standard fare of best of 4 lap qualifying. Is going to set your splits and your grids, and the handicaps will also be set by pre-qualifying throughout the week. Now, this is just the first round, but race day qualifying, get used to seeing this, will be a part of virtually every single race that we run, where we have some sort of activity on race day to further segregate the field. And Predator is no exception. So in Predator race, we have 2 qualifying sessions prior to the race. One is called Extinction, and that is for the 3 drivers on the bubble in each class. We'll have a 1-lap shootout race to see who survives and to make the top split. And that bubble will consist of the last driver currently in and the first 2 drivers currently out through pre-qualifying. Following the extinction qualifying, we will have what is known as alpha qualifying, and this is super cool. The top 3 drivers in every class will have a 1-lap shootout race to see which is the alpha class, meaning all 3 drivers from all 3 classes will be on the track at the same time. We'll be running with the handicaps that we have predetermined, and the class that comes out on top in the alpha qualifying will actually be able to assess a further 10-second penalty to the other classes. Super important, super cool. As far as awards, every race will have awards this year, and one of the cool things that we get to announce is that the coins have been expanded greatly. So podium finishers in every split will earn a series legacy coin. It's not just for winners anymore. Podium finisher in every split earns a legacy coin. In addition, the top split overall winner, okay, the one class winner, earns what we're titling Major Rex, a custom T-Rex trophy with a car in its mouth. Kind of think about Miles the Monster from Dover, if you will, and you'll get an idea of what Major Rex is going to be. So that's round 1, done and dusted. Let's move on to round 2. Round 2, from a sea of Daytona 500s on the service every February, there will appear just one Intimidator. Now, make no mistake, this is still the Daytona 500, but it's going to be major style and rebranded. Now, perhaps the coolest nickname ever becomes the coolest race name ever. Dale Sr. and Daytona are inextricably linked. We embrace that and will pay homage to the man in black every year with all the event activities and a special Intimidator trophy. The Daytona 500 is now the Intimidator. As far as the event overview, schedule race week, January 25th through February 5th. Cars and Track, the NASCAR Next Gens. I know a lot of people would have been hoping for the 87s. They'll be back, don't worry. At Daytona, of course. Race format, 200 laps, 2 attempts at a green, white, checkered, and a grid size of 36. 36 and 36 only. Extras. Front row qualifying, 2 days only, January 25th and 26th. So the first weekend of race week, drivers will get up to 2 chances to secure a spot on the front row with a best of 2 lap qualifying. The rest of the week, we have dual qualifying, similar to what we did last year, but a little bit tweaked. January 25th through February 3rd, drivers will earn dual points by competing in 30-lap duels. Drivers will total their 2 best races of the week, and they must race in at least 2 dual races. Race day qualifying. If that wasn't enough already, we've got twin 125s on race day. So the top 50 drivers in dual points will race in the 50 and 2 50-lap twins. The top 18 drivers from each twin will advance to the top split. The bottom 7 will be relegated to the second split. That's a heck of a day. And on top of that, the awards. Podium finishers will each earn a black Intimidator coin. That's right, I said Intimidator coin. So the Intimidator race being one of our crown jewels, each of them will have their own specific and special coin. So on top of the series coin, you'll have an opportunity to earn a crown jewel coin 4 times a year. But once that opportunity is gone, that coin is gone. So everybody loves the black coin from 2022. It makes its return, but this time just for one event, and it's for the Intimidator, and it's a specially designed black Intimidator coin. On top of that, the top split overall winners, one from each region, will earn the custom Intimidator trophy. Round 3. The biggest short track races in the world are chock full of events. Challenge accepted. Timed qualifying, heat groups, and last chance races are staples of these events. Short format, no more. Drivers will have many chances to earn their way into the top split and just as many to let that opportunity slip through their fingers. So for this specific event overview, I'd like to say hello to the World Series of Asphalt. First time we've ever run the World Series of Asphalt in the majors. And the scheduled race week will be March 4th through March 12th. The cars will be the Wheeling Tour Modified and the track New Smyrna in Florida. The race format, now this is just the feature race, is 100 laps and the grid size is 24. Again, just the feature. But the event buildup is much bigger. So pre-qualifying, you have your best lap of 4 per normal timed qualifying, and that will set the heat groups for race day. Now, on race day, the top 72 drivers in pre qualifying, so a ton, the top 72 will make up 6 heat groups on race day. When they'll be snake split, each heat group will race 3 times. 20 laps each in heat format, and all the drivers will race in all 3 races. What that means is that you're going to be placed in a heat group based on how you qualified. That the drivers you're racing against in your heat group will stay the same for 3 races in a row of 20 laps. You'll get points for each of the races that you run in your heat groups, and the top 3 drivers and Q points from each group will advance automatically to the top split, and drivers 4 through 6 will have to go through the last chance qualifier in order to fill out that 24 car field. Everybody else will fall into either the second split or the third split based on how they finished in their heat groups. The awards, podium finishers in each split will earn a Major Series Legacy coin, and the top split overall will earn what we're calling the El Matador Trophy. MTCR, Majors Touring Car Racing. Now, this is not necessarily restricted to TCR regulations. It's just the name of the class, MTCR. Perhaps more than any other kind of racing, you can find high-level touring car series the world over, and we are down. The features in these races might be short format, but the build-up is anything but, so let's do that. This year, the race week will be April 8th through the April 16th, and we're going to be running the BTCC race at Knock Hill using all of the TCR cars available to us. Currently, that's four of them, the Audi, the Honda, and both the Hyundais. The race format is going to be super cool. So 3 races of 24 laps each with a standing start and a grid size of 30, but that doesn't tell the whole story. So pre-qualifying, best lap of 4 per normal sets the splits for race day. Where it gets interesting is the top 60 in pre-qualifying will make the top split heat races. In race 1, which will be 24 laps, as they all are, 2 heats of 30 cars, the top 15 in each heat, so the top half, will make heat 1 for race 2. In race 2, also 24 laps. We'll have 2 heats based on the race 1 finish. The top 25 from heat 1 will make the feature race for race 3, which is essentially top split. And the top 5 drivers from heat 2 will make the feature race, which is essentially the top split. So it's kind of like the heat 2 becomes a last chance qualifier, if you will. Everybody who does not make the top split from these top 60 will be in split number 2. Race 3 is the race for the points. So it's not an average of the 3, it's not cumulative. Race 3 is the points round, and race 1 and 2 are essentially qualifying races. So buckle up. Podium finishers in each split earn a series legacy coin, and the top split overall winner earns a custom MTCR trophy. Round 5. For the Major's 11th running of the Indy 500, we continue with the rebrand theme, and we'd love to introduce you to the Speedway 500. Indy is located in Speedway, Indiana. Qualifying is measured on speed, and the Indy 500 is the speed capital of the world. And so we felt the name a fitting tribute. The month of May begins with our race, and we will continue to honor the traditions and heritage of the greatest spectacle in racing. As for the event overview, race week will be April 29th, so we cheat just a little bit and we start before May starts through May 7th. The cars and track will be the Dallara IR18 at, of course, Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Again, this is another one where people may have been hoping for the Lotus 79 or the Lotus 49, and again, not this year, but someday. Race format, of course, 200 laps and grid size 33 cars. Shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. But race week and race day will be intense. Let's just put it that way. Pre-qualifying, of course, the historical and the traditional 4-lap average speed sets the splits and the grids. As far as race day qualifying, we will have bump qualifying, so drivers ranked 26th through 40th through pre-qualifying will get 1 4-lap Q run to make the top split. And we'll also have Fast 6 qualifying, where the top 6 drivers from pre-qualifying will shoot out with 1 4-lap Q run to decide the grid positions for the first 3 rows. After all of that intensity, the awards on the line, top split winner again earns a Majors branded etched crystal milk bottle for the champion, and the podium finishers in all splits will earn brand new Speedway 500 podium coins. Again, you got one shot this year at that particular coin. Make it a good one. Round 6 is Le Mans. And in the past couple of years, we have run both a solo race of 2.4 hours of Le Mans and the 24 hours, the Majors 24. In 2023, we only run the Majors 24, so it's a team race. The 24 hours of Le Mans and our most popular event will be the event at Le Mans in 2023. And with the new LMDH category, excitement for that top class will be greater than ever. And frankly, this crown jewel just fits best as a team race, and so that's what it's going to be. And we're not going to water it down with a secondary solo race. The event overview: race week, May 27th through June 4th. We will be using 3 classes: the LMDH, the LMP2, and the GT3s. And of course, it'll be at Le Mans. Duration 24 hours. Cautions will be on in the top 4 splits. With a revamped and renewed caution process. Really excited for that. And a new qualifying process as well. Grid size, 54 cars, 54 teams. per split. As far as the extras, always a lot with the Majors 24. Best of lap, best of 4 lap qualifying for pre-qualifying. All drivers on the team must qualify. That's new. And team averages for the top 3 drivers. That's the same. Set the splits for race day. Race day grid photo, 54 cars lined up at Le Mans is a sight to behold. Say cheese. 1 hour before green flag, you get your opportunity to take a picture, and it's pretty neat. Hyperpole, 1 driver per team will get 4 laps to set their team's grid spot for the race in whatever split you may have found yourself. And of course, the awards podium finishers in each split earn a special Majors 24 coin. It was super coveted last year. I can't wait to unveil the new ones. And the top split overall class winners will earn a custom Le Mans trophy. After a 2.5 month summer break, we come back at the end of August for the wild card round, where the other event classes have a very narrow selection of races to choose from. The wild card round is just that. Anything goes. Any real life race from the past or present is eligible, and sometimes we just might pick a different race for each region. As for this year, we're doing the Grand Prix of Long Beach and the current Indy cars. So the Dallara R18 at Long Beach. Race week will be August 12th through August 20th. The race format, 85 laps, just like the real deal. Grid size, 33. Pre-qualifying best of 4 will set the splits and the grids for race day. We will have a knockout qualifying for cars ranked 26th through 40th and pre-qualifying. They'll get a 30-minute open qualifying session where the top 8 will advance to the top split. That's going to be super intense. Awards, podium finishers in each split earn a series legacy coin, and the top split overall class winner, or not class winner, top split overall winners will earn a Joker's Wild plaque. It's going to look just like a Joker card. The Dirt Derby. Now, the dirt round is loved and hated almost equally, but regardless of feelings, it's here to stay. Field size and format have held the event back from smashing success in the past, but that changes in 2023. All of race week will matter like never before. For this year's event, we are running the Cranon World Cup. We did that a couple years ago as a wildcard event for just the Americas region, and it was a huge success and was well loved. Now everybody gets to do it. Race week will be September 2nd through September 10th, so just 1 week after the real event. The cars and track, both the Pro 2 and the Pro 4 will make their return, and it will be at Crandon Full. Now, with regard to the cars and tracks, as competitors, you can choose to run in either the Pro 2 or the Pro 4, or you can run in both. And if you run in both, you get to keep whichever one you score the most points in. So it's incentive to try it. The duration of the race is 10 laps for the feature. The grid size is 20, but again, that only tells a very, very small part of the story. Pre-qualifying, best lap of 4 sets the splits for both the Pro 2 and the Pro 4. Race day qualifying heats. So 40 drivers will make the top split heats. There will be 4 heats of 10 drivers each, 7 laps each, and the top 3 will advance to the top split automatically. There will be consolations, 2 consolation rounds of 14 drivers each, 7 laps each, and the top 4 will advance to the top split. Everybody who doesn't make top split through the race day heat qualifying will be in split number 2, and this process is repeated exactly for Pro 2 and Pro 4. It's going to be quite a lengthy process, and a cool one at that. Following the feature events for both the Pro 2 and the 4, we will have the Cranon World Cup, as is tradition in the real world. This will be a non-points event for the top 10 unique drivers from each top split race, so top 10 Pro 2s and top 10 Pro 4s. Now, this is essentially a predator race. Pro 2s will start first, and following a handicap, the Pro 4s will come at them for 10 laps of racing. Super neat event. Now, the awards, podium finishers in each split will earn a series legacy coin, and the top split overall class winners. So not the World Cup event, but the main events will earn a custom Dirt Derby trophy, and the Cranon World Cup winner, so the final event of the night, will earn a special Cranon World Cup trophy. A lot to play for. Should be an amazing amount of fun. Round 9, Roots. This is a new category and one that we feel very passionate about. For every star in the racing world, there are 1,000 journeymen with dreams bigger than their budgets. And the Roots round is a tribute to those drivers and the many, many great local club or national events that don't always get the spotlight that they deserve. And for 2023, the Roots round is going to be the Sandown 500, and it's going to be the full 500 without driver changes. So 161 laps in the V8 supercars at Sandown. Get ready for a workout. It's going to be awesome. Now, Sandown is typically or has been in the past, a lead up event or an opening act, if you will, for the Bathurst 1000. And it's as good an opening act as you're going to find anywhere. And it's an event that Australians are as passionate about as almost any other. So, very excited to have the Sandown 500 on the schedule. Race week, September 23rd through October 1st, which should lead us up to right before the real world, 1 week before the real world Bathurst 1000. As far as the pre-qualifying and race week festivities, best of 4 qualifying will set the splits and the grids. There will be no additional race day qualifying. The 161 laps around Sandown will be more than enough, both time and effort to get you through. Just hope you survive. Podium finishers in each split will, of course, earn a legacy coin, and the top split overall winners will earn a special Roots trophy. Round 10, the classic. Now, historic events just fit with our ethos. They are exactly what we are and who we are. So now we're going to formalize their inclusion with a classic race on the calendar every year. Now, this race might be an oval or it might be road, but it is guaranteed to be cool. For 2023, we run the 1987 NASCARs at North Wilkesboro. With North Wilkesboro reopening in the real world for actual racing, which is unbelievably cool, it seems fitting that we add this event to our schedule at least one time. Duration of this one is 400 laps, and the grid size is 36. And similar to Sandown, while best of 2 lap qualifying will set the splits and the grids, there will be no additional qualifying events on race day because, frankly, the 400 laps is going to be grueling enough. You will run where you qualify. Podium finishers in each split will earn a series legacy coin, and the top split overall winners will earn a Majors branded old school racing helmet. It's going to be pretty neat. Round 11, final round of the season, and the completion of our rebranding effort. In truth, the Formula One round perfectly combines driver skill, engineering, and strategy, and that is exactly what the Majors wants to demand of every driver. And in what will now be known as Formula M, the pinnacle of open wheel racing becomes a fitting finale to each Majors season. For 2023, we're going to run the British Grand Prix. We've never done Silverstone in the modern Formula One cars before, and so now we will. So race week will be November 4th through November 12th in the Mercedes W12, unless there's a new one, at Silverstone Grand Prix configuration. The race will be 52 laps, as it is in the real world, and cautions will be on for the top split in the first time we've ever done that in a Formula One race. Grid size will be 24. Now, in Formula One, perhaps more than in any other discipline of racing, qualifying is everything. And so, with the reduced regions, with the combined divisions, and with our format set up, we have the ability to really replicate that in a big way. And so we will. So pre-qualifying, what is normally known as pre-qualifying for race week, so Saturday through Friday, is quote Q1 for the Formula One round. Best of lap of 4 sets the splits for race day, sort of. Race day qualifying, so Q2, the top 48 drivers from Q1 will be invited to a 30-minute open qualifying session where you set your best time in that 30-minute span. The top 36 drivers from Q2 will advance to Q3, and they will get a 30-minute open qualifying session to set your best time. And from Q3, the top 24 will make the top split. Now, anybody who fails in Q2 or Q3 will be in split number two. And the podium finishers in each split will earn a special Formula M coin. Again, this is a crown jewel event. It is our fourth crown jewel event of the year, and your fourth opportunity to win a special, unique Formula M coin. The top split overall winners will earn a custom Formula Majors trophy that will try to pay respects to the current British Grand Prix trophy. I cannot wait for this round to conclude the season. It's going to be intense. And finally, the playoffs. So, with a shortened schedule, of 11 events might be disappointing to some, might be a relief to others, but we are able to put more emphasis on the events, obviously. But we can also dramatically add importance to the playoffs so that our full time drivers and the people who are truly committed to our series still feel connected to the series as a series and not just a collection of events. So the top 40 pro and top 40 sportsmen will qualify for the playoffs, which will feature 3 races and 3 disciplines. Drivers will earn playoff points for their finish in each race, which means you'll get to race in all 3. You won't get eliminated after one. You'll get to race in all 3, and you'll get playoff points for each race. The driver with the most points at the end of the day is the Majors Grand Champion. Now, race week special events will be plentiful. So the Iron Warrior race will be back for all of our Ironmen. The King Cup, which will be for our Legends playoff drivers in John King's honor. The playoffs will have 1 road, 1 oval, and 1 dirt race, a full week of practice. As for prizes for the week, the top 5 pro and the top 5 sportsmen will choose the charities for the following year. Series legacy coins will be distributed to the top 15 drivers in the playoffs, both sportsmen and pro. And a Super Mario trophy will be given to the grand champion of the playoffs. Can't wait to unveil that bad boy. And that is our 2023 season. Whew, I'm tired. Hope you're excited. I can't wait. Let us have it. Questions. Bye.